G'day viewers, Retro Man here. Today I'll be walking you through a great book from 1987. It's called Elvis World and it's going to be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for more.
I don't want no other love. Baby, it's you
Coming to you from a basement studio somewhere down under. It's the 80s show with Australia's Retro Man. On tonight's show, Retro Man walks you through the 1987 book, Elvis World. Well, what are we waiting for? Lights, camera, Retro Man.
G'day viewers, Retro Man here and welcome to the 80s show. Now back in the 80s I collected a number of Elvis items and today I'll be talking to you about one of my favourites. I purchased this book here back in 1987. It's called Elvis World and I absolutely adore this book from the cover to what is going on inside. I mean, there's plenty of fantastic black and white and colour photos in here. And it has this beautiful dust jacket. This book was written by Jan and Michael Stern. I still have it, guys, in mint condition, and it's just a favourite of mine. And what I love about it, what really sets the bar high, guys, is there's a nice little section in here on Elvis's movie work. And I remember back in the day in the bookshop when I first saw this thing, that was really what made me want to purchase it. Apart from the cover, I mean, the cover's just simply beautiful, and I love this sleeve here. But there's some great material on Elvis's movies right in the centre of this book. So I know you want to have a look at it, guys. Actually, some of you might even own this one. I don't know. Tell me in the comments below. But let's do a walkthrough on Elvis World, this fantastic book from 1987. So this book has a great shot of the King of Rock and Roll on the front. It's called Elvis World. It's written by Jan and Michael Stern. And look at this cover, guys. I mean, beautiful, isn't it? The presentation, it's stuck on the front there. It's gold. It's got the writing on the spine. And I just love this dust jacket. So let's have a bit of a look through. Elvis World. Very nice presentation. And look at this at the start. I mean, it opens with the gates of Graceland. And look at that, Elvis World. Fantastic stuff. And there's the contents. The shock of Elvis. Look at all these great photos. I think this is a joy, this book. Really well put together. And these are some of the other musical rock and roll idols, if you will, at the time. I mean, you've got Fabian there, Paul Anka, Ricky Nelson, Ed Kooky Burns and Pat Boone. Elvis is kind of surrounded by those guys that were really big in the 50s. And there was a lot of competition, but Elvis certainly stood head and shoulders above all of them. And this book really takes you through his early years with some fantastic illustrations. That's Elvis on a motorcycle. And it's just so detailed and well thought out. And man, I mean, there's just great photos in here. Look at that. My Weekend with Elvis. Look at him there. That's Soldier Boy Elvis. Celluloid Elvis. Now this is what I was talking about. It's got a fantastic movie section right in the middle of this book. And that's King Creole, of course. Jailhouse Rock. Live a Little, Love a Little. And that's Elvis there on a blue screen. Probably for Blue Hawaii. You've got that original marquee back in the 50s there, Love Me Tender, his first film. And look at all the people outside. So yeah, this is the section here that takes you through the lyrics, actually, first. This is some of the lyrics of Elvis's most famous songs. And then just after that, we go into the films of Elvis Presley. And we've got Love Me Tender, Loving You, Jailhouse Rock, King Creole, GI Blues, Flaming Star, Wild in the Country, Blue Hawaii, Follow That Dream, Kid Galahad, Girls, 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 It Happened at the World's Fair, Fun in Acapulco, Kissin' Cousins, Viva Las Vegas, Roustabout, Girl Happy, Tickle Me, Harem Scarum, Frankie and Johnny, Paradise Hawaiian Style, Spin Out, Easy Come, Easy Go, Double Trouble, Clam Bake, Stay Away Joe, Speedway, Live a Little, Love a Little, Charo, The Trouble with Girls and How to Get Into It, Change of Habit, and then of course we've got the documentary films Elvis, That's the Way It Is, Elvis on Tour, and also they've included This Is Elvis in 1981, which was a fantastic documentary movie about his life. So this book is really extensive. I mean, if you look through these little captions here about the movies, I mean, they tell you the songs in the films, so that's a really good reference point, and it gives you a nice little synopsis on the film, and I just love it. I mean, down the bottom here, we've got these beautiful little reproductions of these lobby cards, and it's just fantastic. And there's a shot of Elvis there. That's probably from Tickle Me, I would think. And there's a quote here by film producer Hal Wallace that says, "A Presley picture is the only sure thing in show business." And we've got Elvis now in the 70s. This is the Vegas years. And this book is just so detailed. It's so well illustrated. There's a nice shot of Elvis at Christmas time. And that's the TCB Oath. And we've got some shots there of Elvis and the Memphis Mafia. And we've also got a bit on his marriage to Priscilla. And Lisa Marie, of course, is in these beautiful photos here. And this book just really rocks. I mean, there's a section on Graceland. That's Graceland at Christmas time. You've got Elvis there playing guitar. And there's some nice shots of the home. That's the Jungle Room, of course, the famous Jungle Room. And there's a shot of Elvis's grave there. And as we turn the page, guys, there's a portfolio of Elvis here. And look at these fantastic photos. That's a nice shot of a teenage Elvis there. And man, I mean, I've seen a lot of Elvis photos over the years, and some of these are just as fresh as ever. I mean, you start to think, have I seen some of these before? But look at these portfolio shots. I mean, that's from a great Elvis photo session in the early days. And they're just great black and white stills. It's a neat colour one as well. Wonders of Elvis World. And that's his homes, his schools, and his religion, his life and death details, the restaurants he liked to eat at, his favourite places to shop, his workplaces when he was a young guy. I mean, he was a handyman and a truck driver. And look at that. I mean, there's just so many fascinating tidbits in this book. And it's just a great exploration of his life, and I still have this in mint condition. And I'll get it out once in a while and take a look, and it still is as fresh as ever. And we're coming towards the end now, guys, but I hope you've enjoyed having a look through this one. It's been an absolute pleasure walking you through it. Acknowledgements in the back. And yeah, that's a florist in Memphis with a neat little display there at the end. And I still have the price sticker in the back. This book retailed for about $40 in Australia back in the 80s, which was quite a lot of money. But I picked it up for $15 on special, and I still have the price ticket in the back. And I tend to do that, guys, so I remember But Elvis World, a great book, and this cover is just a beautiful cover. And it's got a little bit of a somewhat, it's hard, but there's also a bit of a spongy feel to it. So that's Elvis World from 87, and what a book. Well, that was a great walk through memory lane, guys. Elvis World from 1987. I simply adore this book, and it's a great part of my Elvis collection. And what I'd like to know is, do you own this book? Have you ever read it, guys? Please drop some comments below and tell me what you think of it. It was an absolute pleasure walking you through this one, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So as always, guys, please like, comment and subscribe, and your support is greatly appreciated. We're really trying to build a network here, guys. The 80s Show is a fantastic nostalgia kick and a flashback to all your retro favourites. And this book from 1987 is just a neat slice of nostalgia. So it's been an absolute pleasure. I have some more Elvis Presley episodes coming your way, so please keep a lookout for those, guys. This is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and a better rodeo rider than Elvis. Now that's gotta hurt, but not as much as this. Ouch!
Well, that's alright, mama.
Please subscribe and good night, viewers.